How's everyone doing today? It is Wednesday, and actually I just finished a class with Michael's, and I feel like I'm still in a very creating mode, and so I just need to wind down a little bit. And what's a perfect way to wind down and do something creative again, right? I know it doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes sense to me. All right, so I have some new products in here. These are brand new to me. So Pink and Maine, they have this flock powder, and I've been wanting to play with them for a while now, and I'm like, what can I do? You know, I'm trying to find like the perfect project in my head. Like what can I use it with? What can I do with it? And so it's like, okay, I think I want to create a dashboard using these powders. And so what it is, it's kind of like an embossing powder, but you don't need an embossing ink. Basically what you need is an adhesive, something sticky surface. So whether it's glue, here I have also some easy tear tape from Pink and Maine as well. So this is what we're going to use also. They have like a whole page of like a US letter size, like 8.5 by 11 adhesive paper. So you can kind of like die cut your own image in there, create a die cut image, and then add some flock to it and use it to create your cards. You know, I don't know. With me, I know I want to create some dashboards, so that's what we're going to create today. So I have some A5 inserts in here. I purchased this cardstock from Amazon. I think I have it in my Amazon list. I'm not sure, but once I have everything uploaded, I will update the description and I'll share the link to these. But I think I have it on my Instagram as well. So it is a thicker cardstock. You know, it's not super crazy thick, not like a real cardstock, but it's thick enough for me. I can always glue two together, and that should be great. So if one is not enough, I can always glue it later with another one. And then we're going to use the 1/2 inch easy tear tape is what we're going to need. And then I forgot that I have a stencil from Pink and Maine as well, and I really love it. It's just like a mandala. Look at this, it's so pretty. And so I'm going to use it maybe later to show you how you can create like a pretty background in there. And you have a dashboard. You can add your lettering. You can add some, you know, ephemera in there. Whatever it is that you'd like, you can do that. But for now, we're going to create like a stripes using different colors. I have like, this one is cashmere. This one, so it's kind of like this beautiful brown, like a raw umber color. This one is flock with glitter, so you have some glitters in here, and this one is sparkling in the clouds. This is pretty blue color in here, like that, so pretty. And then this one is again flock with glitter. This one is sparkling cotton candy, so pretty. I'm going to grab a copy paper to put underneath. This is a watercolor paper. I think I need a copy paper. So I can easily put the flock powders back in their packaging. Okay, and so that's what we're going to do. This is my first time that's going to try it. So basically, I am learning here. I have no idea how to use this one, but we're going to learn together. All right. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to make a mess. That's what I'm scared to do. All right, so this is a double-sided adhesive tape. Whoa. I love it. Just going to set that aside. So basically what we're going to try and do is we're going to do stripes in here, but we're going to do one color at a time. So because I don't want to blend the colors together, so basically we start with one color and then on to the next. So I will start, I think, with the sparkling cotton candy. This is like a pretty pink color. Let's open it up. Whoa. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see. What? Look at that. That is so pretty. So you have this like fluffy thing. It's like almost suede finish, like a cloud. It's like cotton candy. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one. Let's look at this one. So sparkling in the clouds. It's so pretty. What? Look at that. Look at this. Okay. Look at that. It's like cotton candy. Like these two are like cotton candies. Look how pretty that is. Those are so pretty. And this one would be the cashmere. So this one is just that flock powder without glitter. But it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a suede. Like a little teddy bear. I think that's the best way to explain it. Look at this. It's kind of like it's so smooth. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. So maybe I have to kind of like separate them or something like that. I don't know. Now it's all over my finger. Yeah, I have been so out of touch with crafting because I've been working a lot, you know, with some art supplies, and so I've been so out of touch with any new crafting supplies that's out there. And so I'm so happy when I was introduced with this flock powder because I want to play again, you know. So all right, I'll set aside our things like that. So we'll have all these mess in here. So like what I said, since we don't want to blend any colors, so we want to kind of like go one color at a time. Let me set aside some things in here. Okay, here we go. So a double-sided tape. So I want to create stripes. Do I want it diagonal or just, I think I'm going to make it diagonal because it's much easier for it to be, if it's slightly crooked, then it's forgiving. Because if I'm going to go horizontal, then it has to be like perfect stripes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? All right. Why am I having a hard time trying to peel this? Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Yeah, so we're going to try and make it diagonal. And so here, I'll start with a small side in here. Maybe start with this one. Okay. Then I have my trusty handy dandy scissor from Cricut. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I put it on the paper. Goodness lay, my gracious, my goodness. What is wrong with me? So this is a disaster already. What? My gosh. What? Forgive me. I am having a disastrous moment. Disastrous moment. All right, so I'm going to cut that. Oh lordy, so just be careful with that. I'm so used to having like my silicone cover in here. Oh man. So I have to be more precise, but then it's going to stick again. So let me just move my paper away first. This is harder than I thought. Harder than I thought. All right. And then I'm going to cover one of the holes. All right, I'll just find my puncher. Cut it. This is easy tear anyway, so I don't know why I'm not tearing it. Oh! Cut part of the paper. Goodness. All right, well, then we'll do another one. Like that. I'm tearing it. I'm tearing the paper is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to stick to my scissors. Oh my gosh, I keep cutting the paper. What? It's okay, guys. You can laugh at me. It's alright. Wow! Oh my god! It's stuck. This is not doing so well. Good thing it was diagonal. Look at that. I got lucky. Just take that out. Here we go. Alright. Be careful when you are applying it. Oh my gosh, not enough tape on that edge. Whatever lay. This is terrible. My goodness. Ugh. There. It's like I have some of that flock powder. It's like so smooth. Alright. Then, the last but not the least, we're gonna do. Sorry guys, I'm trying to go on the edge because it's much easier to apply it. Alright, whatever. Here we go. You know, it's much easier to watch my reels because I can like edit it, and if there's like a mistake, I can redo things. You know, when you're doing live things, it's kind of like come what may. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. So, because we don't want to blend any of the colors, so we're gonna go one by one, okay? So just make sure that everything is like in there. Do that. I'm just laying the tape flat, making sure that they lay flat. And this one is like, what a mess. Look. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's okay. We're learning. We are learning, and this is part of the process. It's kind of like life. You kind of like come as you go. Here we go. So we have 3 colors. How about we just make 2 colors today? So we can go one by one. How about pink and blue? Yeah, pink and blue is good. You know what? We'll stick with the pink and blue. All right, I'll put away the cashmere. So I'm gonna peel. I need the paper now. We're gonna need the paper so we can put the some of the extra fuzzies back. Right, so I'm just gonna peel this one. Now we have that adhesive exposed, and we're gonna take some of this pretty blue color. We're just gonna do it. Now the key here is to smudge those powder into the adhesive. So you kind of just like, oh my gosh, it's so soft. Ah, it's like powder. It's like clouds. So I'm just smudging, really pressing it down to the adhesive so it will stick to the adhesive. And no, it doesn't feel sticky because you're laying those flock powders on top of that. So I'm just tapping the excess powder. Just doing that. Just like that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I can't even. You know what I need to do is I need to get the static. She has like a static brush, so there's no glitter or anything like that if you don't want any of those. Now I'm just gonna go put all these back. I'm just gonna fold it like that. And then tap it. And I will go tap it here. Okay. I always have a baby wipes. Alright, next we're going to reveal the pink side. So we're going to peel this side. This one right here. I feel like I should have, yeah, I should have done that. You know what, guys? Let me put that back in. And let me, where's my punch? Here. We have one right here. I'm going to just punch a hole. Is it small? Oops, too small. We'll get the larger side. There. Okay, then we'll do this one. There's a little bit in here. There. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right, now I'm just gonna expose the second one. Ah, there's a little bit of pink. Oh my goodness. So now we're gonna get, there's a little bit of, oops. I think I need those tiny little spoons that they have. Let's just switch that over. Yep. And here, it feels so satisfying because all the pinks and all these fuzzies, it's kind of like, I don't know what you call it, guys, but it feels like clouds to me. And I'm just tapping gently. Now, if you want to set this, if you feel like it's going to make a whole lot of mess for you, you can always spray it with like some Mod Podge spray. Or how I like to set my mixed media projects, I like to use the Mod Podge and kind of just go over it with the Mod Podge, but easier if you use the spray one because it's just much easier. I'm just gonna go take out all the other pinks. All right, and then I'll repeat the same process. I feel like it needs a little bit more in there, so maybe I can add more and just kind of like pack it in. I don't know if you guys can really see the pretty color in here. Look how pretty that is. Oh my god, so pretty. So I'm just getting some of the powder, and I feel like I need a little bit more in some areas so I can really pack it in. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's much better. You can really pack it in there. Really use your fingers to kind of smudge everything down. And then we're gonna tap, tap, tap. It's like a unicorn party in here. I have all these glitters. Okay. I don't care. I love glitter. Now, if you don't want to mess with glitter, then you don't want to mess with this stuff because it is glittery, you guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh. But look how pretty. Oh my goodness, so pretty. All right, let me clean up. I don't know about you, but I like to clean up in between because or else it's gonna be like out of control. I should have just used different paper for the pink and then different paper for the blue, but you know what? My brain is not working today, so we're gonna ignore that. And then clean again. If you have like a glitter vacuum, those are much better. Oops. Or you can just kind of like put it on your face and go look at your go to your husband and say, am I pretty? With all the glitters on your face. They're like shimmering splendid. All right, here we go. We're gonna go for the blue. This is gonna be a large space, so I'm really gonna have to get in here and pack it in. Oh god, I really did went in there. All right, I'm gonna go in. Just smudge everything. Oops, sorry. Oh, this is like a sensory bin. You know the game, the toys for kids? This is like toys for moms. This is like so fun. Oh my gosh. I'm really packing it in because that's what Michelle said, the owner of Pink and Maine. And you guys, I don't think I can share yet, but I'm super excited. You'll be seeing a lot of Pink and Maine. I cannot say anything right now. They do not say anything. All right, I think I packed it in really well in there. Just gonna go tap, 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 tap. I feel like you're gonna really need some of those to set it, like a glue, like a Mod Podge, really, because I don't know how long the glitters are gonna stay. This is like being a child and just playing with glitter. Darn it. I cannot stop. I want to keep adding and keep smudging. It's like fuzzies. It's like a teddy bear. It's like touching a mess. Touching a glitter mess. Okay, I think I'm packing it down well enough. But anyways, I think I've learned something today, that I need that static brush, because when you're using that static brush, it used to be a static pillow. I used to have that. So basically what it does is that it will prevent the glitter to stick into the areas where you don't want them to stick. Does that make sense? So for example, all these white spaces in here, all the negative spaces in here, if I didn't want any of these glitter to stick in there, I should have used a static brush. And then that would prevent those to cling into the areas where I don't want the glitter to be. But right now the glitter is everywhere. Okay, I think I have inhaled some glitter. Is that bad? I think I did. Oh my goodness. I am so fancy, I inhale glitter. Put it back. Maybe I'll stick with the flock without glitter next time. Maybe a better idea. I'm not sure yet, but right now it's like raining glitter here on my desk. So yeah, if you don't want a glitter mess, you want to skip this part and then just buy like textured cardstock. But if you like playtime and you want to mess with the mess, then I think you'll enjoy this, because you're like shimmering everywhere. I've gotten so comfortable with glitter anyways when I started like playing with resin, because with resin I did use a lot of glitters, so it's kind of like I'm so used to them being everywhere, and that's why I've gotten so much more patient when it comes to cleaning them up. So the key is to just kind of clean up as you go, so you don't get bombarded with this, all these glitter, like the unicorn tootie in here. So we're just gonna clean as I go along. All right, I'm okay. I have some glitters everywhere. I think you can use a little bit of brush to kind of brush around the areas where you don't want them, which, you know what, I'm gonna do. So I have a fan brush here, and I'll just kind of like go over some of the areas where I don't want them. So I definitely need to buy that, what was I saying? The static brush. Definitely need that. All right, so here. We're almost done. Am I really? We'll go here with our larger paper. Okay, now we have the pink. So let us reveal the pink. And how about like go smaller areas? How about I try that? I don't think it's really gonna make a whole lot of difference, but I can try. Okay. instead of just, you know, exploding with glitters. Okay. So far so good. Feeling good. Like I should. It feels so good. It's like, I don't know. I know I keep repeating myself, but it just feels so good. It's like a little teddy bear. I know I said it earlier, but it's like, what? Little fuzzies. This is like a fidgeting, you know, a fidget toys for mommies. Or a sensory toy. Put everything, just scooch everything in there. Oh, that was much better. I think I applied this one much better than earlier. Because earlier I was a mess. And so if you're covering up a larger space like this one, I think that was much better. Kind of like cover smaller area and kind of like move over there. So here we're just kind of moving along all of these fuzzies right there, like that. All right. And tap it. Oh my gosh, the glitter is everywhere. What a glittery mess. Okay. I'll get rid of the glittery mess. Put it over here. You know what? I should have just finished the other pink. Let me do that. Yeah. Instead of like switching. So do all the pinks first. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes my brain, I don't know. I question myself. Most of the time. It's kind of like, what am I doing? Why did I do it this way? Yeah. Trust the process, my bottom. Here we go. So kind of like if you're going 2 colors, then go 1 color at a time instead of switching 1 color to another. I don't know why I didn't do that. I know. You can judge me. It's okay. But this is my process. Here we go. All right. And then now it'll be a much easier cleanup anyways. You know what I'm saying? So now we're done with pink. And when you tap it, you don't want to just tap it like boom, 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 because all the glitters will just like everywhere. Like what I did. Learn from my mistakes. Not learn from the expert, but learn from someone who makes a lot of mistakes. All right, we're done with the pink. Okay, pink done. And then we can do the blue. We have one last one. We have one last blue. Oh my gosh, I really need that glitter vacuum. Is this the cotton candy? Yep, because the other one is sparkling in the clouds. All right, flocking powder. I'm done with you. All right, so I'm gonna go one small area at a time. That is not one area lay. I don't know what you're thinking with small area lay, but that is not a small area. You know what? It's okay. We're good. We are good. Reveal the sticky sides. And blend. All right, what are the lessons that I learned today? Get the static brush so the glitter will not be everywhere. Second of all, stick with the flocking powder without the glitter, but it's not as pretty. So I don't know if I want to stick to that lesson, but a next lesson would be finish one color. So whether you're like moving from one color to the next, just finish all the pinks first and then do the blues. All right, because this is why we do this. We are sharing experiences and processes, sharing experience and mistakes and triumphs, and so that we can learn from one another. And then when tapping, don't just tap it like a maniac like me. It's kind of like just tap and dab like this. There. I swear I have glitter everywhere. Oh, Lordy. Right now, I'm going to move everything back. And I thought embossing powder is bad until I met the flocking powder. It sounds really bad too. Oh, this flocking powder. Alright, here we go. I'm going to switch over to the cleaner sides of things. Might as well just tap it now so I can clean it all. Lordy. And just go sweep as one go. Oh my gosh. A unicorn came to visit. So how do all these crafters do it? Like when they're using embossing powder, when they're using like flocking powder on YouTube. Oh, because it's edited, huh? And so they just kind of like clean as they go. That's the key. Do not do any more live sessions like this. But you know what? We're going to keep it real. We're keeping it real here because real is real life. And so this is real life. You have mess. You have mess everywhere because life is messy. Life is sparkly. You know, life is colorful. Life is full of trials and error and wins, you know, no matter how small the wins are. Celebrate it. So whether you winning against the glitter, hey, that's a big win. Let's see how clean it is. Look at me. I'm almost clean. My hands are still glittery, and I think it'll be glittery for a little bit. But that's what we have. This is it. This is it, you guys. We have this glittery dashboard. I think it's pretty. I think it's super pretty because I have this white clear cover that I can use so much glitter. I was like, no, these are not glitter, guys. These are really my gray hair. See my gray hair? They're everywhere. I'm getting old. Those are not glitter. Those are my gray hairs. Alright, but this is what we created. We created a dashboard like that. And a whole lot of cleaning. So thank you so much. Thank you, glitters. I think I'm not going to attempt to use the flocking powder on a big scale like this. Maybe kind of like smaller when I'm creating cards or like tags, because it can be a real mess. But it feels so good right now. And I think I'm going to seal this with my Mod Podge to spray. So I just know that they're here and they're not going to move around in my planner. I don't want my planner to be like full of crazy glitter like that. So I'm going to seal this later, and I don't want to spray it here inside the office because that's going to stink. All right, next one. We're going to use some stencil here. This one is from Pink and Main as well. I love it. Easy. I pulled out some Distress Oxide in here. We're going to create a cute like gradient in there because I wanted to try their cute brush. So this one is from Pink and Main also. Look at this. So it has this, so you can just put it on your table and it won't move around and all that. So that's so fun. And also when I'm using those big brushes, I'm sparkly, I'm extra sparkly. So when I'm using those blending brushes, I noticed that I would always go on top. So let's see. For example, here, right? If I'm using this brush, I don't really hold it here. I always go close to here and hold it here because I needed a much better control. And so I want to see if this one will give me a much better control because I'm holding it here. So maybe it's more ergonomic, you know, to hold it and to use it. So that's what we're going to try today. So we're going to create a fun gradient. So I want my mandala to kind of like overlap in there. So I'm going to need, I don't want to use that because that one has a lot of glitter. So I'm just going to use this one so that if I overlap, it's going to be okay. All right. This one's going to be less messier. So we have that. I have 3 colors. I have Spice Marmalade, Marmalade, Lady Marmalade. Yeah, that's what they said. Okay. So we have Spun Sugar. We have Kish Flamingo. Kish. How do you pronounce it? Kish. You know what? Light pink, darker pink, and orange. How's that? That's good. Okay. So to create this beautiful ombre, I'm going to start with the lightest pink first. I'm just going to go for it. So this one is the Distress Oxide, not the Distress Ink. All right. And then I'm going to hold my stencil right here. I'll start in the middle and I'll go on a round circular motion. All right. So I want to cover this area, the middle area right here, with the lightest first. So be careful when we're switching colors. Be careful when you lift up so that you don't move your stencils too much. So I'm going to go, yeah, I did it already, but it's okay. So this one is the Flamingo, Kish Flamingo. And hold it again. And I'll start on the outside just so I don't have a harsh line. But I think this brush helps with those harsh lines. You're not going to get the harsh lines like what I used to get when I'm using a sponge before, when I was doing some card making. I'm going to need a little bit more in there. So I just went for it, didn't I? I just kind of dabbed in there. Okay. Go back in because I can see areas where there's dark, and so I'll just keep adding the dark while still holding down my stencil like that. Oops. I'll just add a little bit of dark in here. There. All right, and then I don't need to clean it too much. So I'm just going for it with that orange one. Hold it down. I'll start from the outside and then go back in. So just be careful when you're moving your stencil because it can easily lift. And I don't think I can washi tape this one because it's like the shape is different. So you just have to really hold it down. And you're going to see if you kind of like, if it moved a little bit on you, you just have to go make sure you pull it back, because you'll see the white negative spaces in there. Oops, I kind of moved it here. So just switching it. I'm going over it intentionally because I really want to get that sharp lines on the edge. Does that make sense? So I'm really going over my stencil, but it's going to be very smooth and very, very light. Whoa. Like that. So it's almost just feathered on the outside. Like that. And what I think, now I'm looking at all these colors, I really think I want to add more pink over here. So I'm going back in and getting more of that Kish Flamingo. Holding this down. So I'm just building my intensity. But just adding more pigment. Just here. Alright. And for the light one, I'm just going to clean my brush. Make sure. And then I'm going in and getting more spun sugar. Getting the light pink. And going in this circular motion like that. Super fun. Go back in. I bet you this is such a beautiful ombre. And you know what? I think I'm going to go back in with my spun sugar and just go over the edges just a little bit. Just add very, very light pressure. So go on the circular motion, okay? Like this. Yeah, just getting that light pink in there. I think it's just going to give just a very pretty effect because it's not just in the middle. Then you have a touch of pink also in the edges. Alright, I think I'm good with this one. Shall we dare reveal it? Are we ready? Are we ready to see? Oh my gosh, it's going to be pretty. Set that aside. We ready? Ready? Look, it's so pretty. Da-da! I love it. I love it so much. All right, and so actually, Pink and Main. They also have the brush cleaner, and then they have this brush scrubber, so you can easily clean your brushes. Like that. And so what do? Do you just spray the brush itself? Maybe. I'm just going to spray it away from my project because I don't want that to get dirty. And you just kind of, it's so cute too. It has like stars in here, then you have hearts. So maybe you kind of like start over there just to kind of really clean it up, and then go down so it'll pick up all the inks in there. And then as you go down here, it's all gone. Let's see. I'm gonna pull baby wipes here, and then we're just gonna clean it again like that. I don't know how clean that is. I think it's clean. So you just wash this. I've never used any fancy things like, oh my gosh, look at this. You can even hold it, put it on your hand like that. That's so cool. I'm fancy now because I have all these brush cleaner. I didn't have all these. Ooh, like that. Just kind of like, oh my gosh, so I can use this for my makeup brushes too. Pretty cool. Of course I won't. I have to buy a new one. Or just thoroughly clean this, sanitize it, and then use it for my brush. Why not? Alright, so we're done with that. Well, that was super fun. Ta-da! Alright, I'm going to go wash this later. I'll put that away again. So we have two dashboards in here. We have this pink and blue glitter flock dashboard. I'm going to seal that later with a spray so that everything stays intact in there. And then this one we have a mandala. You can choose to kind of like stamp on top of this, or like myself, I'm going to do some lettering. I'm going to grab my Pit Artist pens and black brush, $1.99. And so we'll think of, yes, I have glitter everywhere. So I'm just, what am I going to put in here? Okay, something, just slow down and breathe is what popped in my head. So I'm going to listen to my guides, and maybe that's a lesson I need to hear right now. And so it's a good reminder also. All right. This paper is not smooth. So if you guys do a lot of lettering, brush lettering, I don't like this paper. I mean, if it's just going to be for like planning, just regular gel pens, then I think you like it because it's thick and it's not going to bleed all those gel pens that you're going to use. But for my brush pens, when it squeaks too much like that, because it's gripping, it has this grip, the paper, because it has this, to touch it is texture, it's smooth, to touch it, but the paper, the pen has this, there's a slight texture, and I'm using a fiber tip, and so it's just really not good. That's why you hear all that squeakiness. Just depends on the squeakiness, because I use some markers in my Hobonichi, and the squeak is different because it's gliding, because it's so smooth. This one, that squeak, the way it's doing is because it has a grip to that paper, so it's kind of like you're hurting that brush nib of your pen. Yeah, for sure. So I don't think I'm going to use this again, because you're going to hurt your brush pens and they're not going to be good. I love it. Well, there we go. That was a lot of playing. That was a lot of cleanup. That was a lot of sparkly things. But those products that I mentioned today are from Pink and Main, and I will link Michelle's shop in the description down below. Please watch out for more projects and more videos, creative projects like this here all over my social media, because I am collaborating with Pink and Main, and we're coming up with some special fun things to offer you guys. And I'm so humble, I'm so grateful to be, working with Michelle. She's just an amazing person. She's been in the business. We kind of like started the same time, back in the days, maybe a decade ago. So I've known her for that long. And so when we kind of reconnected when I went to NAMTA, so that was the perfect opportunity to kind of like, talk and sit down and come up with some future plans. And here we are, and I'm super excited to kind of like get back into crafting really. I am just kind of like getting started with all the projects that I have. I'm having so much fun, and I want to share all these creative juices with all of you. And so thank you for allowing me to do so. But anyways, guys, my name is Leibella Ralston. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like or share it or comment. It really does help a lot. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Until next time, stay creative and stay happy. Bye, everybody.